Welcome to the Cheltenham Friends of the Samaritans Quiz Night. Today's date and our quiz number should be appearing right now on your screens, and the rules are very simple, so let me explain. We have 6 rounds of 6 questions. Each correct answer is worth a single point. After each round, there is a bonus puzzle, and these are slightly harder and therefore worth 2 points. So we've got 36 points from questions and 12 points from the puzzles. Don't forget you can pause to get your full 48 points. If it's difficult, just press pause. It's all for free, but remember we are raising money for the Samaritans. So, if you enjoy tonight, then please donate, subscribe, and share, and make sure you click on notifications for when the next one's there. Remember, it's free, but there is a donate link, and here it is, justgiving.com/crowdfunding/Cheltenham Friends of the Samaritans. Now, without any further ado, let's get on with the quiz. It's round 1, so pens and paper at the ready, because our first question is from the entertainment round. Question number 1. Lynyrd Skynyrd had a 1974 hit with Sweet Home What? Lynyrd Skynyrd had a 1974 hit with Sweet Home What? Question 2. Jiminy Cricket is a character in which Disney film? Jiminy Cricket is a character in which Disney film? I think he appears in a few, but obviously we're after the main one. Question number 3. Who composed the William Tell Overture? Please tell who composed William Tell. Question number 4. Which of Michael Jackson's albums has sold the most copies? And obviously we mean an album with Michael Jackson performing on it, not one of his own personal albums, I don't know. Which one of Michael Jackson's albums has sold the most copies? Question number 5. Which television series starred Alison Hannigan as Willow? Which TV series starred Alison Hannigan as Willow? Question number 6. The sci-fi sitcom Red Dwarf starred who as Lister? The sci-fi sitcom Red Dwarf starred who as Lister? That was the entertainment round. Now we're going to have a weird round coming up now. At the end of everything we have a puzzle round at the end of every round. So in this one you've got to name the real life person from their spitting image puppet. You've got to get all of them correct to get the 2 points. If you only get 1 or 2, you get nothing. In most of the rounds I think we have 3 puppets, so you need to name all 3 of the puppets to get any points whatsoever. There we see 3 puppets for a rather relevant week for us here, and if you've been watching the news you'll know why. So name all 3 of the puppets to be able to get the 2 points. If you only name 1, you get absolutely nothing. So get your pens and paper at the ready, because we're going into science and nature. And question 1, the NASA rover Spirit landed on which planet in 2004? The NASA rover Spirit landed on what planet? Question number 2. In minutes, or to the nearest minute, how long does light take to travel from the Sun to the Earth? To the nearest minute, how long does light take to travel from the Sun to the Earth? Question number 3. Which planet is also known as the Morning Star? Which planet is also known as the Morning Star? Very often they claim that virtually all UFO sightings are a mistaken identity of this. I don't see how, but let's get on with question 4. How many zeros are there in the number 1 Google? How many zeros are there in the number, or even number, in the number 1 Google? Or Google. Question number 5. Which blood group is a universal donor of red blood cells? Which blood group is a universal donor of red blood cells? And the last question in this round, question 6. Where in the human body would you normally find rod and cone cells? Where in the human body would you find rod and cone cells? That is the end of the Science and Nature round. We're going to go into the puzzle round. It's this week it is all pictures, and we are looking at spitting image puppets. All you have to do is name all 3 of the puppets to be able to get the points. If you only name one of these people, you won't get any points whatsoever. You've got to get all 3 of them. Now, some of the spitting image puppets are the old ones from the original TV series going way back into the 80s, and some of them, like these 3, are from the brand new TV series in 2020. And I think it's on BritBox, I think is the name of the channel. We've got 3 puppets there. You need to name all 3. Let's get into round 3, pens and paper at the ready, as we ask the first sports question. Judo originates from which country? Oh, I hate sport questions, but here we go. Judo originates in which country? Question 2. In darts, how many points do you get for an outer bull? In darts, how many points do you get for an outer bull? Question number 3. Wisden is a publication relating to which sport? Wisden rather famously publishes a small magazine-y type thing, amongst other things, relating to a particular sport. What is it? Question 4. Magic the Gathering originated as what kind of game? So if you know Magic the Gathering, you should hopefully be able to answer this. What kind of game did it start off as? Question 5. The bingo call, 2 little ducks, refers to what number? You'll notice our sports questions generally are sort of game-based, not particularly sporty. So 2 little ducks. Question 6. How many points is C worth in Scrabble? One of my favourite games. How many points is C worth in Scrabble? That is the end of the sort of sport round, mostly leisure. We're going to go into our spitting image round this week. It's the picture round. You're going to get 2 points if you get them correct. You need all 3 correct to get any points whatsoever. If you only get 1, you get nothing. If you get 2, you get nothing. Here they are. I think there's a couple of easy ones there and one slightly difficult one. But we will give you a clue. They are all British politics linked in this round. Also, don't forget, this quiz is completely free, like all our quizzes, and you can give, if you wish to, or to a fantastic charity, that being the Samaritans, and you can do that through justgiving.com/crowdfunding/Cheltenham Friends of the Samaritans. Every single penny that we manage to raise goes to the running of the Samaritans. That's the end of the picture round. Let's get into the next round. And question 1. Any second now on your screen. There we are. Question 1 in the history round. In which year did Churchill first become the UK Prime Minister? Which year did Winston Churchill first become the UK Prime Minister? Tried this quiz on a few people and all of them were 1 year out. Question 2. What nationality was Martin Luther? What nationality was Martin Luther? Question number 3. In retail, for what does the V in HMV stand? So what does in HMV, each one of those letters is an initial. What is the V? Question number 4. Which rather relevant band released the 1996 single Peaches? And it's extremely relevant this week. Which rather relevant band released the 1996 single Peaches? Question 5. Joan of Arc was nicknamed the Maid of where? Joan of Arc was made where? Coming on to question 6, the last in the history round, another relevant one for this week. Guy Fawkes was foiled in his plot to kill which English monarch? Guy Fawkes was foiled in his plot to kill which English monarch? So that's our controversial history round there, and we'll go into our picture round, and also we have our musical guest to give you a chance to run off to the loo, get some snacks, or even just argue over the puzzle rounds. And here's a clip coming up from this week's guest.
On high, hear my prayer. In my need, you have always been there. He is young, he's afraid. Let him rest, heaven blessed. Bring him home, bring him home, bring him home. He's like the son I might have known if God had granted me a son. The son must die one by one. How soon they fly on and on, and I am old and will be gone. Bring him peace, bring him joy. He's young, he is only a boy. You can take, you can give. Let him be, let him live. If I die, let me die. let him live. Bring him home. Bring him home. Bring him home.
And that is the song Bring Him Home from Les Miserables. Let's get into the geography round. The TGV is a rail service in what country? Which country has the TGV? Now, if you enjoyed the musical theatre song there, we will have another one later on, but it's also a preview of the musical theatre night we're having on the 28th of November. Question 2. Intensity of what is measured on the Beaufort scale? What's measured on the Beaufort scale? Yep, so you can always rewind and find the details of the musical theatre night, and also there'll be a link at the end of the quiz. Question number 3. Which country does the cheese Edam originally come from? Which country does the cheese Edam originate from? Question number 4. Canterbury is located in which English county? Canterbury is located in which English county? Question number 5. How many stars are there on the New Zealand flag? How many stars are there on the New Zealand flag? As we come into question number 6, the last one in our geography round, we're going to ask, in which fictional place might you find Noddy? Yeah, we're really asking that question in geography. Which fictional place might you find Noddy? And if you're watching this quiz and you're not from Britain, I have no idea if you even know who Noddy is, so good luck with that one. Now let's get into the puzzle round. So we got another picture round. There are 3 famous puppets from Spitting Image. You need to name all of them to get any points at all. So there we go, 3 puppets disappearing from our screen as we head into round number 6. It is the arts, or arts and literature. Which country would you find the famous Reichenbach Falls? Like question 1, in which country would you find the famous Reichenbach Falls? Now obviously there's lots of different Reichenbachs across the world, but we want the one that pretty much most people would know from art and literature. Question number 2. Who wrote the Bridget Jones series of novels? And we want the author of the books, don't just write Bridget Jones. Who wrote the Bridget Jones series of novels? Question number 3. Which author wrote The Time Machine? Now, I'm sure many people have written the words The Time Machine, so obviously we want the famous novel. So which author wrote the famous novel The Time Machine? Question number 4. Scientology was founded by which science fiction author? They famously said, if you want to get rich, invent a religion, so they did. Scientology was founded by which science fiction author? Question number 5. What nationality was the ballet dancer Anna Pavlova? What nationality is a Pavlova? Question number 6. In the famous book The Lord of the Rings, where must you destroy the ring? So where have you got to take the ring to be able to destroy it? There's only one place you can. In The Lord of the Rings, where must you destroy the ring? So that's the arts and lits round. We've got our end of round puzzle, and it's picture quiz type puzzles this week, and they are the spitting image puppets. As we've said lots of times, you've got to get all 3 of them to stand any chance of getting the points. You only get 1, you only get 2, you get nothing. So who are these 3 people on your screens now? I don't think it's giving too much away by saying it's been quite a political week. So we went with quite a lot of political figures. So that is the picture round. You will get 2 points if you get those. Now, we're going to go into a bit of a break yet again as we go into our musical theatre piece. Because we've got a musical theatre night coming on November the 28th, we thought we'd treat you to a few of the songs from that show coming up. So we've now got Elizabeth Ellingson, the Norwegian musical theatre star, performing a song from Greece.
There are worse things I could do than go with a boy or two. Even though the neighborhood thinks I'm trashy and no good, I'm supposed it could be true. But there are worse things I could do. I could flirt with all the
Well, thank you, Elizabeth, there. As you see, that's one of the numbers that will be there on the 28th of November, but we're going to quickly get into the answers. Here we go. Entertainment. Lynyrd Skynyrd's hit was Sweet Home Alabama. Jimmy Cricket is in Pinocchio. The William Tell Overture was by Rossini. Michael Jackson's best-selling album was Thriller. Buffy the Vampire Slayer was the TV series, and Craig Charles played Lister. There we go. You got all the answers there on the screen. I thought that was a particularly easy round. Now, let's get those spitting image puppets up on the screen and see if you got all 3. You need all 3. I've said it so many times now, you know this. Right, Ronald Reagan, George Bush and Bill Clinton. There we go, that was easy. So let's go on to the next round. It was Science and Nature. The NASA rover Spirit landed on Mars. Number 2, the light travels from the sun to the earth in, I think it's 8.2 minutes. Question 3. Which planet is known as the Morning Star? That is Venus. How many zeros in one Google? That is 100 zeros. Which blood group is a universal donor? That is O. And where would you find the rod and cone cells? They are found in the human eye. So let's get those spitting image puppets back on screen. They'll flash up. And it is Greta Thunberg, Priti Patel and Piers Morgan. The next round was sport, if you can call it sport. Judo originates in which country? Japan. In darts, you get 25 points for an outer bull. Wisden is the publication relating to cricket. Magic the Gathering started off as a card game and it's become an electronic card game as well. Two Little Ducks refers to 22 in bingo. And how many points for a C in Scrabble? It is 3 points. Now, let's get the spitting image puppets back on the screen. We have got Dominic Raab, Michael Gove the human hamster, and Boris Johnson, the human custard pie. Now, history. Which year did Churchill become Prime Minister? It was 1940. Nationality of Martin Luther, German. The V in HMV is His Master's Voice. 96. President of the United States did Peaches. Joan of Arc was the Maid of Orleans. Guy Fawkes was James the First. Now, Martin Luther, lots of people have probably put America. We're talking, that's Martin Luther King you're thinking of, not Martin Luther. Now, the spitting image puppets, whilst the song was on, were Noel and Liam Gallagher, Oasis, Ed Sheeran and Michael Jackson. Then we have the geography round. The TGV is a rail service in France. What's measured by the Beaufort scale is gales and wind. The country where Edam originated from was the Netherlands. Canterbury is located in which county? It was Kent. How many stars on a New Zealand flag? There were 4. And in which place might you find Noddy? Well, it was a geography question, so obviously you need a place. It was Toyland. Our next spitting image one, 3 sportsmen, or footballers should we say, Gary Lineker, Eric Cantona and Paul Gascoigne. Our last round was arts and literature. The country with the Reichenbach Falls was Switzerland, from Sherlock Holmes novels. Who wrote the Bridget Jones novels? That was Helen Fielding. Time Machine was H.G. Wells. L. Ron Hubbard was the Scientology founder. The nationality of Anna Pavlova was Russian. And you need to be in Mount Doom to destroy the One Ring to rule them all. Oh, we're speaking fast. And now, thankfully, no longer the President of the United States, Donald Trump, followed by Putin and Kanye West. So, there we go. We got to the end. Hopefully you got all the points. You got it all correct. It was a nice easy one this week. And remember, we have free quiz nights on YouTube on the first Saturday of every month. That's always free. But this month, on the 28th of November, we have got our musical theatre night. You can order meals delivered to your house and wine as well to have a full theatrical evening in. We've got songs from various musical theatre plays and various shows that are going to be performed for you by our troupe of actors, and we've got some choirs joining in as well. So hopefully you're going to join us on November the 28th. If you want details, come and find us on Facebook. We are Cheltenham Friends of the Samaritans. Remember, all our performers, all our quizzes, everything like that, it's all done for free and to raise awareness and funds to keep the Samaritans going. We'll see you all on November the 28th, and we'll also see you for the quiz on the first Saturday of every month.